I give up. I don't know what is going on. I'm just going to accept the tricks and the treats that might come with it. Welcome back to the Chammy, the only channel on YouTube you can get a mostly professional tarot card reading from my haunted house in a creepy graveyard, brought to you by Madame Pamita and the Parlor of Wonders. Check out her Chammy. She has so many wonderful things to offer and to teach you and to teach us all and share with us all. Tonight's special is, I don't know because I haven't looked at the description because it's not uploading in my studio. So, yeah, I'm going to put the spirit box on. We're going to do some collective messages. The first 15 minutes is free yes-no questions. I don't know if it's showing in the title. Hey, Frank and Dad.
Good night.
Good night. I love you.
Love you too. It's 1 o'clock.
Okay, thank you for reminding me. Hey, welcome back. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with YouTube. I have noticed, so I should probably send them a report. It could just be my equipment because my stuff is kind of old, and it's fine. I mean, it was fine the first time, but so I've noticed, like, when I upload something, it'll say that it was uploaded days ago, even though it was uploaded minutes ago, or on that particular day, hours ago. I noticed that there are some things that are just amiss about the studio. And now tonight with this one, it's like, usually I make a live on the iPad and I can still see it on the laptop in the studio, and I can edit it and copy paste from it, put things in the chat as needed, but I don't have that option here, so I'm gonna have to autofill it in. I'm not really sure why that's happening, other than something must be going on with the back end with the coding for YouTube, which makes me a little bit uncomfortable thinking about. So how's your recovery been going, Dwayne? Hey, Metal Rain, thanks so much. Welcome back to YouTube. YouTube is acting ghetto. Yeah, YouTube is like a wild and deep, dark forest that if you stray from the path, you might never find your way back home. Metal Rain, how are the scripts coming along? Hammy, how are you doing? How's your family? Meryl, are you back? And do you love your place, your new place? How's that going? How's John? Is the new place tall enough for the Christmas tree? Are we gonna put the Christmas tree up in July? I think we should. You know, when we were doing that court episode, it reminded me of. I've actually done court scenes before, and it reminded me of a time I was on set on Nickelodeon, and there was a court scene, And I was super triggered the whole time we were reading through that episode. Plus, I was like really not feeling well that night. I think that was the first time I fell asleep, but not because the episode was boring or triggering. It's just that I was incredibly exhausted that night. After work, I felt so bad. But what made you delete the scene? I'm curious. Sorry if I'm slow to respond. Everything you guys say on the iPad just looks like ants. I have to get a screen up to be able to see what y'all are saying. Because I don't have my glasses. I probably look funny with a mask and some glasses, huh? Or funnier. So free yes no questions for the first 15 minutes. If you guys want to put your questions in the chat, please feel free to ask. I'm going to put a pinned comment in the chat as well. Tonight's special is the 11/11 love reading, the $20 past, present, future, the $30 general. Every reading is only $1 per minute. So if you need more than 30 minutes, great. Do I see you in a relationship soon? No, not anytime soon. But we're gonna check the cards and see what the cards say. I guess I get that. I intuitively pick up on that because I'm not sure that you believe that what you can't see is, you know, not there. Hold on. What is it, Sweet Pea? Oh my goodness. What are you freaking out about, Precious? What is it? What? She's not like stuck or anything. No. So you're just gonna stand on her head. Okay, I'll let you chihuahuas be weird. Okay, I'm right. Don't worry, nobody's being mean to Puppy Rooney. He's just a big baby man dog tonight. Let me catch up with chat. I apologize. Hey Constantine, how are you? Welcome back. Happy weekend. I'm going to get to the questions, I promise. I just got sidetracked by the dog.
Alright, watch this.
And the haunted chat. Okay, so Dwayne, you want to know if... Anyways, what I was saying, Dwayne, before Puppy Rooney started going wham wham. I just, you got to give it to yourself. You're doing the best that you can. You lost your mom. You went through whatever you went through with your past partner. You've come through a lot since then. You're basically happily single at this point. And that happy and harmonious energy around you, it's like I don't really see you giving away your peace for performance, is what I'm saying when I say not anytime soon. But that doesn't mean that you can't have it in the not too distant future. Juggling your mental wealth is going to be so important because that is, you can't have your wealth without your mental wealth and of course your health. So the Two of Pentacles is traditionally a yes card, but I feel like what it's telling you is right now you are juggling you and you need to be taking care of you, but don't take your eye off the prize. There is a place there and a time for you to find that balance and introduce that balance because it's not now doesn't mean you're not manifesting it or that it isn't in a process of growth just because maybe you can't see it. happy, healthy, harmonious relationship where you're not in the relationship or looking for one or seeking one to find your happiness. You are your happiness, and this relationship is an extra added bonus, an extra added joy. No, Metal Rain. The girls are not bullying him. In fact, he was bullying Baby Gypsy. So yeah. Let me catch up on the chat here for just a second. Hey, Jose, welcome to the chat. Constantine, you having a coffee? A coffee fee? Metal Rain, you want to ask the same question, but rather than soon, how about by the end of summer? Okay. Hey there, Maringsla. I hope Maringsla. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. Probably just murdered your name. I apologize. You were wondering, Dwayne, because everything that's happening is crazy? Okay. Excuse me. Hey, India, how are you? Thanks so much for coming by. I appreciate it. Okay, so by the end of summer for Metal Rain, Spirit, I'm calling forth Metal Rain's most trusted and strongest spirit guides. By the end of summer for Metal Rain, yes or no? And what does Metal Rain need to know about that right now? Two of Cups, Tower, Three of Pentacles. What are you telling yourself? Because Spirit's saying you have your head in the clouds about something you already have found in love. So yeah, it's here. It's by the end of summer, yes, you could, but you know, what is the effort that you're willing to put into maybe trying something different? You know, we're getting ready to go into Mercury retrograde. So I kind of worry about some of you who actually believe in it. And I'm not making fun, okay? I'm just saying that, you know, what you think about, you bring about. So what I'm kind of trying to say to you, Metal Rain, is I feel like with this Tower and this Three of Swords, what you're putting up with is really just getting in the way of yourself by the end of summer. Putting a timing on it. It's like there's no reason to like prove anything to yourself by the end of summer unless there's something you have to improve about yourself. In the Page of Swords, a lot of people call that a vetting card sometimes, but maybe start vetting your thoughts about this love story you want. Because it's there. It's in LA. It's there in front of you in LA. And there's so much love all around you. But I think if you just open your heart to all the possibilities and maybe find some comfort in what I'm saying, that, you know, you are loved. You don't have to wait till the end of summer. Love is all around. Definitely may know ever with Ileana. I hope not. At this point, Gemma would be a better girlfriend, homegirl for you. I mean, I really miss talking about that dog and knowing how she's doing. So let's all have a moment of silence for Gemma and wish her some good energy and send it to her, please. Well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if Kristen is not in LA. I mean, I think that you can have a very happy and healthy relationship even if you don't live in the same town with somebody. It's just about how you work it out. It's just about how you make it special. You know, it's not about quantity of time or where you spend the quality of time. It's that quality that counts. Did anybody else have a question they'd like to ask the free Yes No Tarot while I'm still doing it? There's a few more minutes left. Yeah, I'm not sure why I said that. You know, sometimes people's spirit guides will speak through me. But don't worry, it's always my own voice in my head. Well, mostly. Sometimes I can hear telepathic messages. It just depends on who you are and if I'm tapped in. Alright, if nobody else has a free yes or no or is still thinking, I'll let you guys think. I'm just going to get some cards ready for a collective message for us all. Yeah, I'm going to be doing the spirit box. So please like and subscribe. 10 plus likes, I'll open the spirit box to free Q&A. You can ask one free question. Maybe you'll get an answer, maybe you won't. If you want a spirit box session, they're only $1 per minute, just like the readings. Hey, Sugar Bear. How are you, honey? Hey, Ghost Rider. How are you? You doing good, Tommy? Hope so. Happy weekend. Welcome back. Yes, free yes, no. If you guys want to ask a free yes, no, you can pick tarot cards, oracle cards, or you can pick the free yes, no, how, when cards, or the liminal space deck, the sexual magical tarot deck. Yes, I'm sending you all a big virtual hug of love and trust. Is that Fiona? Like, Fiona, if that's you, give us a sign. The last time we talked, I was just thinking about it the other night. If it's you, Fiona, I hope it is, because I've been sitting around going, gosh, is she okay? I hope ICE didn't kidnap her. I hope ICE didn't kidnap our friend. And I think the last time I saw you was about 9 months ago when I started teaching myself how to code again. And I told you I was making an app, or like a website, like I had started like a new business thing, and I've been working on that. And then we also had talked about the Doppelganger series, which, you know what, I decided instead of just making like one video a week and posting it, I would actually really like dedicate my time to making the series and then posting it for you. The sooner it gets closer to my favorite time of the year, my Halloween birthday time of the year. I'm just so glad that you're okay. It makes me so happy to know that you're okay. Thanks so much for coming by and seeing me and seeing us tonight. Happy summer solstice. What a treat. uh, guys. I love summer solstice. Is anybody doing anything special for Father's Day or summer solstice this year? Well, that's okay, Sugar. I just reminded you, honey. Yeah, you can ask a free yes, no question. That's okay, Fiona. He's still with you in so many ways. I'm sorry you don't have a dad, Fiona. I mean, you do, but he's in spirit. So, but that doesn't mean that you guys are not still in communion. I think we've talked about this before. Haven't we, like, tried to get him on the spirit box before? Or maybe that was somebody else. So, ADHD is Sugar. I don't know if you remember Sugar, but so what's your question, Sugar? How is it that you decided to use this name, Sugar? I really like it a lot. It's very funny. Does your person feel bad about the text you sent? I told him because he's not up for coming to see me. I'm making plans for tonight and tomorrow. Okay. What cards do you want me to use? Do you want me to just use regular tarot, or do you want me to use the yes no cards? How, when? Hey, McAdams. Welcome to the haunted house. How are you tonight? Okay, you want me to use regular tarot? Spirit, I'm calling forth Sugar's most trusted and strongest spirit guides. What does she need to know? What does she need to know tonight about this person on her mind and heart? Does that person on her mind and heart feel bad about the text she sent about making other plans? Yeah, he feels bad. But he's not going to argue with you. I mean, he's not going to put up a fight. You got Ace of Cups. I also feel like your answer kind of made him... I think he really liked your answer back. Like, you weren't going to sit around and wait for him. You also weren't going to cause any chaos or drama. You just kind of took charge of your own happiness, which is what you did. And there's nothing wrong with that. You did the right thing. But yeah, he's not a happy bunny. But you know what? I'm starting to wonder with that eight of Swords we get a lot with him. If, I mean, depression happens. Some people have it manically, and then some people have it occasionally. But I think we all get depressed. And I'm pretty sure you both are dealing with that with regards to your injuries and healing and being held back by certain things in your life because of crutches or therapy or This is actually paid only readings, and the first 15 minutes was free yes, no. And I started a little bit late, but I am about to do a collective message, but if you'd like to get a yes or no, I can do that for you too, real quick here before I start the collective. You can also buy an 1111 love reading, a $20 past, present, future, or a $30 general reading. Everything you need to know is in the description. I don't think I put the pinned comment in, but yeah, I mean, I can do a question for you, sure. Or you can buy a reading, or you can stick around for the collective message. Sometimes I'll do up to 3 collective messages. It just depends on how I feel. Honestly, you can also check out the pinned comment. You can check out my music in the link. Okay, so this is your first time here? Okay, welcome. So this is not like a traditional tarot channel. I'm a musician and an artist, so you might find music, my music, you might find cover songs that like fans requested. You might find videos of like my garden nature, in my garden, my dogs, my cats, maybe even my dad. I don't know. There's so many videos, but I do the live tarot on the streams. Sometimes I'll put long form or short form tarot videos up, but it's rare. I have to like, you know, mostly I just do music on I try to stick to music on the long form content, but you might find some other tarot card readings I posted or information from different other streams that I've done. But yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to ask, whether it be about tarot or quantum physics or law of assumption or the fourth dimension. 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th. Okay, you want to stick around for the collective? That's good. Okay. And then I'm going to put the spirit box on. If anybody wants to ask the spirit box a question, please think about what you'd like to ask. I only have one question tonight. I want to ask John Benet Ramsey a question. I don't know if you guys have any questions you want to ask. Please think about them. Yeah, we're going to do Spirit Box next. Spirit, I'm calling forth our most trusted and strongest spirit guides as a collective. What do our most trusted and strongest spirit guides need us to know tonight from the Power Spirit deck? I don't know. I mean, anything's possible, Metal Rain. I think anything's possible. Yeah, I'm not getting too much energy from this deck, so I'm going to move on to the next one. I'm calling forth our most trusted and strongest spirit guides as a collective. Do any of our most trusted and strongest spirit guides have any messages from the liminal space deck for us tonight? Water has memory. when I get this card, I feel like Spirit's touching upon, you know, how delicate we are as humans, and how unique we are as snowflakes are. While a snowflake is not a living being like we are, it still does have memory, and that's what makes it so beautiful. And there are good memories in life that make life more beautiful, despite how destructive and chaotic it can be. I also feel like maybe some of us have been going a little bit frosty on ourselves, a little bit cold on ourselves. Feelings, emotions, insecurities. Spirit, could you clarify this water has memory cards, please? With the postcards from the liminal space deck. An offering. Spirit has an offering, something unique, something special, something different, something sacred. In a reflecting pool, in a reflecting way, like if someone is not matching your energy, make an offering to yourself to reflect back what you truly mean and say, so you can find that clarity, so you're not like lost in blurring the lines of your artwork or your creation or your thoughts that you create, your manifestation. Make an offering to yourself to keep being your true authentic self. You know, you sneak up on people, and then next thing you know, you're you know, somebody's muse, or you become your own muse, and then you realize your own self-worth. Spirit's saying, what a time to be alive. Like, with everything going on, I mean, it's still such a wonderful time to be alive, to be experiencing an offering of life, joy, happiness, despite the chaos. Like, I've been having a lot of conversations, not just spiritually and telepathically, but also with friends about, you know, what are you choosing at the end of the day? Are you choosing peace over performance? I feel like this is saying, like, you know, we're all so unique unto each other, even though we're one and the same. It's an amazing time to be alive. Enjoy it while you can. Give it to yourself, because nobody's going to give it to you until you can give it to yourself. Make yourself an offering and choose that peace over performance. There's one other card here that I want to look at. It's kind of popping up. What you love loves you back. I always love this card. So yeah, what are you telling yourself about love? What are you thinking about love? What are you telling yourself about maybe what others are thinking about you with love, or just in general? I mean, your thoughts do create. So just because you have an intrusive thought doesn't mean that, you know, it's going to happen. But having a thought like you are unloved or not lovable is definitely something that you know, you need to flip the switch on. If you're feeling loathing about yourself, you can turn it around, and you can turn it around pretty quickly by understanding that what you nurture and what you love loves you back. I mean, a plant will prove it, a dog will prove it, a cat will prove it. But just make sure that you're being the person that your plant or your dog or your cat think that you are, or feel that you are, okay? With other people too. Make it make sense for yourself by being real clear with yourself, honest with yourself, and your true authentic self. You don't have to lie. You don't have to pretend. Okay? You don't even have to believe in tarot cards or law of attraction or law of assumption. You're manifesting involuntarily the way you involuntarily breathe. So you have a choice. You know, offer it to yourself. Snowflakes are not humans, and they're not living, but they have memory like we do. And we're mostly made up of water like they are. So we kind of like one in the same. That's how I feel about this card. And as people, we are one and the same, but we are still all very unique individuals unto ourselves, even if we're twins or triplets or quadruplets, blah, 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 blah. Or K+8. An evil spirit? I don't know about that. It's a pretty big bubble, Fiona. Stuff like that just kind of bounces right off the bubble and back from where it came from, honestly. Yeah, inorganic beings are not prepared to deal with the energy I have to dole out to them. All right, I'm going to get the spirit box. I'm just going to take a 2-minute break. I'm going to put some music on for y'all to listen to while I'm setting up the spirit box and plugging it in. I hope you enjoyed the collective message and that it will help somebody out there. And please keep me updated about your situations. So, while you've been gone, Fiona, we've been doing a lot of spirit boxes with trying to ask questions about like Nancy Guthrie and JonBenet Ramsey, especially since, well, I'm in Atlanta and that's where JonBenet Ramsey was born. Her mother died very close to where I live, and her funeral was here in the same town at the church, and they're both just buried right down the street. So I've been really getting into thinking about some of these true crime stories I've been following for years. And we've just kind of been asking some of these true crime story questions. Nancy Guthrie, of course, is like one of the newer kind of, well, I don't know. I mean, she's been kidnapped, so I don't know if we'll ever find her, but hopefully we'll find something out. I'm not so sure that we'll ever find out the truth about JonBenet Ramsey, though. So, the guy from I think the channel's called TCRS, True Crime Rocket Science. He recently put a video out about JonBenet and that case, and he had asked a question, kind of looking for an answer about something her brother said. You know, why can't we just focus on the DNA? The killer is in the DNA, but there was a question that the guy who owns that channel asked about JonBenet. If she was here, I want to ask the spirit box that question tonight. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, make sure you have them ready. I'm going to go ahead and get the spirit box ready now. I think one of the most interesting parts about one of the spirit box sessions we did regarding JonBenet Ramsey is And I want to put these highlights out because they have been highlighted. It's just they're highlighted as shorts, and I just haven't published them yet. But there was one where I was trying to contact Patsy, who is John Benet Ramsey's mother, because I wanted to ask her if she wrote the ransom note, and I asked her nicely to tell me the truth, because I'm not here to judge these spirits, okay? I'm here to help them if they choose to be helped or talk to me. And I just thought it was so interesting because I told her, just tell me the truth. I'm not here to judge you. You don't have to say yes or no or anything. And then it said, whatever it was, whatever spirit was, said yes, that they wrote the ransom note. And then I said, okay, well, thank you for telling me the truth. And then it said, thank you back. It was so weird. Like I hadn't heard it say words so clear and so long. So I'll be right back.
If you don't understand conflict, you're...
Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that.
Very easy.
I'm calling forth our most trusted and strongest spirit guides to protect us and bring forth the spirits that we would like to speak to tonight. If there are any spirits with us here tonight, please don't touch me, don't touch anybody in the chat, don't touch the dogs. Only touch yourself, spirit. You can touch the lights. In fact, we'd love if you would turn off the lights. We would like it when you do that. We come in respect to remember you. If there's any spirits with us here now, please say yes or no. If there's any spirits that can hear my voice, yes or no? Well, it is summer solstice. Thank you so much, Fiona. I love summer solstice. And it was a really beautiful day here, too. You might be able to find it on Etsy or most likely eBay. I think it's from that designer. It's called Free People. I may also sell it someday on Etsy or eBay. I've been thinking about like getting. I've been thinking about like just kind of getting rid of a lot more stuff. I mean, I've already, had to like go through different things from loved ones who passed away. And that took a long time because, of course, that can be quite emotional. So now I'm just kind of like been over the last 6 months. It's kind of like, well, if it doesn't like match my energy, I'm not using it, then I'm gonna either give it away, and if it's something that's sentimental to me, I'm gonna give it to somebody I love. Thanks, Fiona. I am from Clearwater Beach, and you know what? I don't know if you've ever been there, but if you ever go there, I promise you will love it. I don't know if you remember Yang, but she just recently went there, and she sent me a picture of the beach that she was at. Yeah, Clearwater Beach, Florida, and I cried because she actually didn't realize that the picture that she took had this pier in it, which I used to always go to when I was growing up fishing with my grandpa or my dad. And it just brought back such good memories, and we hung out on the phone just talking about Clearwater. She loves it there. I told her she should move there. I mean, anybody who loves it there should move there for sure, if they can make that happen. It's a beautiful place. Really beautiful place to live in, grow up in. It's just that that's another thing, is that there is a strong Scientology influence there, but that wasn't really something that affected me growing up, and that is not the reason that we left. It's just that the economy was absolutely terrible there, and the economy was a lot better in Atlanta. And Atlanta was also very beautiful too. It was subtropical instead of always so hot and tropical. But I actually remember growing up down the street from the Scientology headquarters, and I'll tell you, it was different. As I said before, I started playing live music in nightclubs in Clearwater when I was 13 years old, and I would go to all my gigs with my mom. And like I remember one of the first gigs I played, I opened up for the band Seven Dust, and that's how I became longtime friends with the lead singer LeJean. And that's how Morgan. That's so interesting that the Spirit Box just said Morgan, because Morgan like lives down the street and is his drummer. But that's how I became introduced to the Atlanta music scene, because my mom managed bands, so she would help book bands, play live gigs, and they did this thing called the Atlanta Attack, where bands from Atlanta came to Clearwater and Tampa, and my mom would book them there, and then they would help my mom book the bands from that area in Atlanta. So I would go back and forth and play Atlanta, and then play like up and down the coast, from back and forth from Florida and Georgia. And then I moved to Boston, and that was different because the music scene there was very much like the Tampa Clearwater scene, where there was musicianship, which is something that I find to be very rare in 2026. But Boston was a great music scene. New York was a great music scene. LA, great music scene. I've been a part of all of them. But my main music scene is Nashville, and has been for the last 15 years. And what I love about the Nashville music scene that's unlike any other music scene is, I mean, don't get me wrong, I love my ATLian roots, and that this is where I grew up, and yeah, this is my music scene. But in Nashville, this is what Nashville's like. So if you're good at what you do, other people who are good at what they do will acknowledge you, and they'll be like, come on, let's go do cool shit. Unlike some other places where you would think Nashville would have like nepotism and favoritism and things like that, but no, they actually do have people who are good at what they do, and if you're good at what you do, they're like, come on, let's go do cool shit. And I find that type of musicianship to be the kind that is the best and the most healing. Yes, Boston and Nashville do have great music scenes. They do. I mean, I'm not discrediting like LA or Atlanta or any of the other music scenes that I've been a part of or played in or visited. I mean, music in itself, it doesn't matter where it comes from. It's incredible. Even AI music is pretty incredible to me, especially if it'll actually put a real instrument in somebody's hands. Jesus, Meryl, what part of Clearwater were you in? I'm talking about actual, like, Clearwater Beach. Did you ever go to Clearwater Beach? Were you thinking about taking a music program in Nashville, Fiona? But yeah, I pretty much was in 6th grade. I was like, I told my parents, yeah, I'm pretty much done with everything. I'm gonna drop out and run away from home unless we have some changes because it was starting to affect me, Meryl. The trashiness of it all. And when I say trashiness, like there are places in Florida that are beautiful, and there are parts in Clearwater that are beautiful. But like I was saying, I would come home from gigs at night with my mom, like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, and I'd see kids washing the Scientology building and scrubbing it clean. She'd stop the car and I'd be like, "What are you guys doing out here?" I mean, some of them were 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, all the way up to like 16, 17 years old. And they just said, well, this is what they do to punish us. They make us wash the building late at night. I was like, okay. I'll leave you guys with a couple of Coca-Colas. If I had have had a joint, I would have probably left one too. You know, that's interesting that you say that about the water being choppy and murky. It is. My sister stepped on a jellyfish and broke her foot all at the same time. And I remember actually the undertow got me once, and I swear to God, a mermaid saved my life and brought me back to my dad. I mean, the water there is just for dolphins, really. And they've turned it into they've just turned it into something now that just feels like the charm is gone. I don't know. They've kind of done that everywhere, though. Oh, God. Yeah, I don't think I ever really experienced that, Meryl. At least not the places that we lived or went to. But I do know what you mean. I mean, there's nothing more strange than a seagull trying to steal your French fries. There's nothing more strange than Florida for me. Like, I constantly was in fear of being eaten as a kid. I couldn't take it anymore. So we moved to Atlanta. And I felt so much safer, believe it or not. And I will tell you something, Atlanta's drinking water is much better than Florida's drinking water, that's for sure. I actually could not wait to get to Atlanta when we would visit from Florida to drink the water and take a shower and clean my hair with it, because the water here is just fantastic. I don't know what it is. I don't know why, but Yeah, it's pretty wild, Meryl. Well, you know, I haven't been there in so long, so, you know, one of the reasons that I'm afraid to return is because of the iguanas. Like, my sister says that it's just, you know, you can't, she says you can't leave the house without seeing them on the road camping. And I just can't believe that it's gotten so bad that there are wild iguanas running around. I mean, it's bad enough that you've got snakes and alligators and crocodiles and bears and panthers and God only knows what else. Skunk ape. Hey, Kumara, how are you? Does anybody have any questions for the spirit box? Clear because it's called clear water. Well, Yang got some really beautiful photos for me of the pier and the beach, and it looks so good. It looks so gorgeous. I'm sad to hear that it's gotten so gross. I mean, I don't know. I mean, growing up there, it was beautiful, but I can't imagine, like, going back and seeing it like that. Ruby, you smell so good. You're so soft and puffy now after your bath. Feel like silk, baby. Spirit, I want to ask the spirit box a question. If there are any spirits there with us that could maybe get a question to John Benet Ramsey for me, please. I want to ask a question. I want to ask her if she could say anything. What would justice look like to John Benet Ramsey? Oh, thank you, Fiona. She just had blood work done on Monday. And all her blood work came back good. So all her organs are good. She's cleared to have her teeth cleaned or any kind of dental work she might need. She also got her rabies update for 3 years. And I didn't do the x-rays yet, but she needs to get an x-ray and an echocardiogram so we can see what's going on with her heart and what's going on with the rest of her upper respiratory system and her trachea. Yeah, she's the mama. She was having a serious issue with her allergies this past week. So I just gave her a nice trim and a nice oatmeal bath. It was more like a shower / bath. Does anybody have any questions for the spirit box? If not, I'm going to ask a few more questions and then I'm going to go and work on some music and some art. Does John Benet Ramsey want to speak to us tonight? I would love to know. I would love to know if she would like to answer a question. Are there any spirits with us here now? Yes or no? Do you have a name that you would like us to call you by? Yes or no? How many spirits are with us now? How many spirits are with us now? Three. 723. 12. Are there 12 of you? 3. So confirming there's 3. If you're here with us, can you read the chat? Was that a question you wanted to ask the spirit box? Go way back down. Is there anything that the spirits who are with us tonight would like to tell us about themselves? Okay, so are there any spirits that maybe would like to tell us where they're from? Are you here with us now? John Belushi? John Belushi, are you there? Can you hear us? So, are any of the spirits that are with us, were you once human? That's a bit ominous. His death was sus. Yeah, it was pretty messed up. You okay? Are you wondering what this weird thing is on my face? Are you a good girl? Yeah. Do we have any alien beings coming through on the spirit box? That's a wonderful question. How much for 3 questions? All readings start at $11. I have the 11:11 love reading, the $20, the $30 general also. It just depends on how many minutes you want, how many cards you want, but all readings are up to 3 questions. Are there any alien beings that want to communicate with us tonight on the spirit box? Yes or no? What, Bob the alien? Yes or no? That's what it sounded like it said, Bob. Did it just say my dog's name, like Ruby? Did it say Ruby? Did it say Ruby? How soon after leaving this plane can they come through the spirit box? Can they come through immediately, or is there a time waiting period before they can come through? You know, I don't know. I've also never asked. I also don't know how to tell them how to communicate with us, other than, to say, hey, can you hear us? Maybe say something in the speaker. I don't know. So Pam wants to know how soon after leaving this plane as a human being can you come through as a spirit on the spirit box? Did it sound like that spirit said imminent? Interesting. So, Spirit Box, what do you want to say about? What do you want to talk about, Bob? It's just me and my water and the dog. Although I'm now holding baby Gypsy, who has gone back to sleep. Spirit, do you want to come back as a human being in this plane? Yes or no? So can Pam wants to know if spirits come immediately, or is there a time waiting period before you can come through on the spirit box or showing yourself, or yes or no? Can you come through immediately? Like, is there something else spirits can share with us about that? That'd be great. Bob, are you an alien or a human? Or a former human? Well, I mean, I hate to think that, consciousness really has a form, but I mean, I guess you're right, a former human. I mean, do you think that a former human, could reincarnate into a dog? What about a cat that could what about a cat? Maybe its soul reincarnated into a dog. And do you think there are some animals that they're just totally capable of taking over the planet if they had opposable thumbs? I mean, these are just deep thoughts by me in the middle of the night, really. I think that Ruby could take over the world if she had opposable thumbs. So can spirits come through immediately? I think they can. And I'll tell you why. Because when my mom passed away, the whole room shifted. It felt like waves. And the doctors and the nurses were saying things like they'd never had experienced anything like that before. And some other crazy stuff that happened was when they took the code red boxes out, the doors were like flying open and shutting and slamming open and shut by themselves. We don't know what the hell was going on, but then eventually she passed, or she was passing when all that was going on, and then like 8 tornadoes dropped on Atlanta. It's crazy. So I feel, because I had that experience, I do believe that immediately your energy can transcend. Because your consciousness lives on. And it's your thoughts that create whether your consciousness is asleep or awake or alive or dead. At least I think that at this point there are some things where online maybe where you could even read about the science behind the consciousness still being there. Maybe the consciousness is not physically attached to the body anymore because the brain and the spinal tap are dead. But the soul is still there. Can Sam Cooke come through for Fiona? Yes or no? Can Sam Cooke come through for Fiona? Yes or no? Maybe Bob is one of my spirit guides. God, that's hilarious. So, my grandfather's name is Robert Genovese. So, maybe Bob is popping in to say hey. So, yeah, I would believe that he would be one of my most trusted and strongest spirit guides. For sure. You're so sweet. You need a bath. You need a bath tomorrow? Yeah. I'll order you some new treats. Yeah, that's so interesting that you say that. And you know, I often wondered if Eddie Murphy um, was a reincarnation of the actor Eddie Murphy, whose name was spelled with an A instead of an E. And he did a lot of cowboy films and uh, very popular for his Western films. I don't know, it was just like a hunch, like a feeling that I got the first time I realized that there were two actors from two different generations, born in different times, but did the same thing with the same name. He does seem like a very smart man. I've always had a lot of respect for him as a fellow thespian. And I always loved that movie. What's it called? Welcome to America? Or is it called Coming to America? That movie that he did with Arsenio Hall, where he was a prince. Oh, that movie was hilarious. He made a lot of good movies. And I'm surprised that he is still kicking it. It's great to know that he's still out there somewhere. Yeah, I feel like that's what the world needs more of. They need more spiritual people who are highly vibrational. I believe you can be a spiritual person and be low vibration too. But I don't necessarily think that that makes you a bad person or not worthy of hanging out. But I also believe you can be a spiritual person, be incredibly highly vibrational, and also have your downtimes too. I think people fluctuate. I think we're all struggling for the best version of ourselves. But how are you going to top yourself? When you're ready and not triggered by it. Yeah, Coming to America. That's right. I just want to be the person that my dog thinks I am. That's my goal. Yeah, I love that movie, Coming to America. What other movies came out in that decade that were really good? The Princess Bride. That's a really another great love story. Are you gonna yawn? Such a pretty girl. You want to ask the spirit box a question? You want to whisper it in my ear? I don't think they know where your treats are. Should we ask? Do the spirits know where Gypsy's treats are? Just yep, and then around. Yeah, you're right. They are around. So it will be a year since she had her surgery. She's gonna go in and get an update pretty soon, just like an overall checkup, because I need to get her a rabies shot updated. Are you gonna go lay down with your mommy? There you go. So yeah, I don't know when I'll get the time to, Fiona, but I will. I'll go through some of the highlights from the old lives and start looking for some of the interesting John Benet Ramsey questions that got asked. I had asked about where Nancy Guthrie might be, and it's where Nancy Guthrie might be in Arizona, in like the area that she went missing. The Spirit Box gave me the number 25, so I went and looked at the longitude and latitude and the map of that area. And the Catalina State Park is exactly 25 miles, like the entrance from the house. But also that number 25 is like a camping area and like a real rigorous, rough hiking area as well in the desert. So I thought that was interesting that the spirit box told me that she was at 25. So I started searching, like, what does the number 25 have to do with the map in the Catalina foothills? And it's exactly like the front entrance to the park. I don't really know that the FBI would really care about a tip like that from a spirit box, but I kind of wish that they would go look. At least somebody go look for clues or something. I know if I was out there, I would definitely go look for clues. But I think that, you know, I think the Nancy Guthrie case is a lot like the JonBenet Ramsey case in the fact that, you know, it's been made to look like a kidnapping that probably really is a murder. But whoever has done this, like, they did their work. They planned it very well. And I don't know that, you know, we'll ever find her. And I don't know that any of the DNA is going to matter at the end of the day. I know that a lot of people have been saying that's what matters the most in the JonBenet Ramsey case, but I'm just not sure anymore. And you know, Pam, I don't know that we ever do leave this plane. I mean, I've had out-of-body experiences and induced my own out-of-body experiences. And not with drugs either. Okay? Just want to be real clear with you guys on that. But do I feel like I'm going to other planes? Sure, I mean, anything's possible. But are we sure this is only one plane? I mean, there are dimensions right in front of us we can't even see or comprehend. And those could be very many different planes, maybe. I don't know. I mean, I know CERN is making a lot of multiple upon multiple realities and universes. So I think that we're just everywhere. We just become a part of the light because we come from the light. At least that's what the counter of the universe told me. So if the counter of the universe can hear my voice, yes or no? All right, I gotta get out of here. Spirit, I'm calling forth our most trusted and strongest spirit guides. Is there anything that we need to know tonight about the spirits with us on the spirit box tonight? Is there a collective message that we can channel through the cards? Could you guide us with the tarot card first? Knight of Pentacles. I feel the Knight of Pentacles card is very much about respect. It could be stating in the Nine of Pentacles that they like how we've been respectful with them tonight. Blake, who's Blake? Yeah, I heard it say that too. Somebody I know just passed away, and I found out about her friend a couple. Oh. That is so sad. sorry, Pam. Well, maybe she'll come through on the spirit box. Spirit box did just say hi. And sometimes it's just that easy. So the next right thing. So maybe Spirit's saying the next right thing is maybe to try to talk to her. Strangely perfect timing with the compass. It's like your inner compass is pointing towards. It's like she's speaking through you, wanting to speak through the spirit box or through you in some way. Quiet desperation. So when I get this card, I feel like they're saying, please talk to us. It gets so quiet. We're desperate for attention, to talk to somebody or somebody to talk at us or to us or to help or to guide. Like, that's what I tell people, like, when a loved one is passed on, it doesn't mean that the love is gone. That's why I'm always, like, asking my mom to help me connect with, other people's loved ones on the spirit box, because I trust her implicitly, and I know she can be trusted, and I know that she will do her best to help me find out or find what I need to find if she can. Like, if I lose something in the house, I'll ask her to help me find it, and I usually do find it. And I think that was the first proof to me that, it was immediate. It was experiencing my own mother's death through my own eyes. So yeah, if anybody would like to purchase a reading, I'm still here for a little bit. I'm just trying to channel some of these spirits. I want to channel some of these spirits through cards. Okay, back to the liminal space decks. See what other messages. It keeps saying, doesn't it sound like it keeps saying me and Blake? Okay, well, what about you and Blake? So Fiona wants to ask the spirit box, when the lights flicker, is that from Fiona's father? Yes or no? Yes or no? When the lights flicker, what does Fiona need to know? And when the lights flicker, is that from her father's energy? Yes or no? So, Hell Train. Your father might be trying to say, I feel like you've been on some kind of hell train. But look, life is beautiful. Life is meaningful. He'd also like you to sit down and write him a letter, even if it's just a short little note. And, burn it, pray over it. He'll get it. And enough is a feast. Like, he's telling you, like, you are enough. You can make the things happen that you dream about, that you wish for. And my God has answered. Something about money? What about money, Spirit Box? Hi. Are there any spirits there that maybe can help us with finding JonBenet Ramsey to talk to her? Or Patsy Ramsey? Or Linda Hoffman Pugh? The nanny housekeeper? Hi. Have these souls crossed over in peace? The tra-la-la-la-la card. The Spirit Box will say no. So what would, if JonBenet Ramsey can hear me now, if you can hear me, sweetheart, just want to try to ask one more time before we close the spirit portal. Oh, you're so welcome, Fiona. So JonBenet Ramsey, if you could say anything to us, what would justice look like to you? What would justice look like for JonBenet Ramsey? Can any of the spirits answer that question? Can any of the spirits answer that question about JonBenet Ramsey? It just keeps saying like free. Like you hear it saying free. So is that what justice would look like to JonBenet Ramsey? Is free? It's okay. It's okay to cry, Fiona. I don't know. Sometimes with the spirit box, we hear different things. So what would justice look like to you? Hey, Texas Taurus, happy Father's Day, sweetheart. I will tell him that you said happy Father's Day to Frank and Dad. Thanks so much for remembering. Oh, that's so sweet. And happy Father's Day to you too, sweetheart. I hope you and your family have a wonderful day. How are the hummingbirds? Are you being a good hummingbird daddy? Being a good hummingbird daddy for me? Let's see what this card it says. So magic is either everything or it is nothing. So what would justice look like to JonBenet Ramsey? Would that be magic? Maybe her experience with us feels magic because she can talk to us or something. I mean, she is only 6 years old, so. Made new food today, right on. Yeah, I charged my feeder, and I made sure that the one little girl I've been feeding out there, she had fresh food. Because she ate it all yesterday. Pretty quick. You know how they love to chomp on that stuff. Oh, the baby Carolina wrens just hatched. That's so sweet. My baby Buick wrens got eaten. Their eggs never hatched. It broke my heart. They were supposed to hatch by 11, but and other animals got them. Pardon my French. I was so upset about it, but I'm so glad to hear yours are good. Usually I always have a healthy brood in my bird garden of the Buick wrens, which is very rare east of the Mississippi. Hummingbirds come and go, lots of storms. Oh, it's always the same girl for me. She's a strong girl. But of course she is. She's Sunday. I raised her. Yeah, I'm so glad the wrens are there. So, are your baby birds under a porch where they're going to be saved from like predators? I hope so. All right, I'm going to go to bed here soon. But first, I have an art project I got to wrap up, so I'm going to roll out of here tonight. And I want to just thank everyone for coming by to hang out with me. You saved a baby lizard before? Oh my God. That sounds like it. It sounds like a Carolina Wren. Yeah, it is heartbreaking. I was very disturbed by it. But don't worry, because the same mama went on and made another nest, and now she has some babies. And that's fine, because unfortunately, the one brood passed on. She had 2 broods that didn't work out, but this third one has. Oh, good, they did well in the storms. Okay, as long as they're okay. I mean, you would know if they weren't okay. And the mom isn't going to build in a place where they're not going to be okay. All right, good night, spirits, and thank you so much for coming by and chatting with us on the Spirit Box. We will come back to you and speak again. Good night. Any last words? No? Okay. All right, thank you so much, Texas Taurus, for coming out and hanging out late with us. Happy Saturday, happy weekend. Thanks so much, Fiona, for coming back and hanging out with us. It's been so good to see you. I'm so glad you're okay. Pammy, thanks so much for coming by. I appreciate you coming and hanging out with us. Meryl, thank you for coming and hanging out with us again. Thanks, Metal Rain. Thanks, everybody who came by to chat. I appreciate you. I hope the collective messages have helped. I know they've helped me. So yeah, happy Father's Day, happy summer solstice. Be good to yourself with your thoughts. Music is sacred, and no prison will hold this movement down. Sweet dreams.